Kim called an emergency custody hearing. On March 14, 2025, both parents, their respective attorneys, and a mediator convened to address the situation, including a separate incident in which Kim had halted a scheduled visit between North and Kanye after learning that Andrew and Tristan Tate, who had faced serious legal proceedings in Romania, were expected to be present. Kim did not permit the visit to proceed. Then, in May 2025, Kanye's legal team sent a formal cease and desist letter to Kim. The letter outlined 3 specific grievances. First, that Kim had denied him meaningful access to all 4 children, North, St., Chicago, and Psalm, in violation of their custody agreement. Second, that he had not seen St. at any point that year, and that his contact with the other 3 children had been unreasonably restricted. Third, and most pointed, that Kim was exploiting North for personal and commercial gain by continuing to post content featuring their daughter, in direct disregard of his stated opposition. Kim's team pushed back. Sources connected to her told outlets that Kanye had rarely actually requested to see the children during that period, and that when he did, access was never denied. Kim addressed the broader situation during the 7th season premiere of The Kardashians, offering a line that became immediately quotable. "It's a divorce, not a kidnapping. We haven't left. We're in the same spot. We have the same address, so he knows where his kids are." She also said something that cuts closer to the heart of the matter. When he is like that, he doesn't want to see the kids a lot. So it's always worked out. That sentence carries a lot of weight. It implies an irregular pattern of presence and absence. It describes a father whose contact with his children fluctuates with his own mental state. And it was said notably by someone who describes herself as pushing for a healthy father-child relationship despite everything. Child development specialist Dr. Yana Siegel-Surikin has spoken to the potential impact of this kind of inconsistent parental presence on children. She told Hello Magazine that when children experience a parent sporadically, they often struggle to develop secure attachment and may carry confusion about their own sense of identity and self-worth into adulthood. The pattern of intermittent availability, months of distance followed by public eruptions of concern, is not emotionally neutral for the children living inside it. Dr. Phil, who has long followed the Kardashian-West family dynamics publicly, suggested Kim has likely been trying to manage the situation carefully to avoid triggering escalation, but noted that Kanye's resources and temperament make the situation genuinely precarious. All of this has been building toward what feels like an inevitable reckoning. With custody hearings reported for April 2026, comments allegedly made by North about feeling pressured into TikTok content have surfaced and gone viral, adding a new and deeply uncomfortable dimension to the legal proceedings. There are now reports suggesting North has reached out to Kanye directly, expressing a desire to leave the Kardashian household. Whether those reports are accurate or not, they reflect something real. A 12-year-old child who has become, without her full understanding or consent, the most visible piece of evidence in a custody dispute playing out before tens of millions of people. North debuted on Instagram in December 2024, launching her account under @Northwest, with a blurry photo of herself in a Balenciaga t-shirt, black miniskirt, and boots. She performed at Coachella in April 2025, brought by Kim and Kim's boyfriend Lewis Hamilton to see Justin Bieber. Rapper Young Thug publicly questioned whether a child her age should be at Coachella at all. Meanwhile, her music debut is reportedly being anticipated. She is 12. So here is the awful truth that Northwest keeps revealing about her mother, not through any single act of rebellion, but through the accumulation of everything. The live stream money request, the crime scene prank, the self-written media clapback, the corset in Rome, the face tattoos, the TikTok millions. What North is revealing piece by piece is that the line between being Kim Kardashian's daughter and being Kim Kardashian's content has become almost impossible to see. Kim does not appear to be doing this out of malice. She appears to genuinely believe in North's right to self-expression, and there is real evidence that North is bold, creative, and fiercely independent. But self-expression and content production are not the same thing. One belongs to the child. The other belongs to the platform, the algorithm, and the audience. At 12, North cannot fully understand that distinction, and the adults in her life, for various reasons, cannot seem to enforce it. Kanye, for his part, is not wrong that something has gone too far, but his framing of himself as the protective parent strains credulity when examined against his actual behavior. He releases a song featuring North's voice alongside a man facing criminal charges, and then posts, "The man makes the final decision." He is absent for months at a stretch, then surfaces with cease and desist letters. He criticizes Kim for dressing North in revealing outfits, while his current wife, Bianca Censori, appears publicly in clothing that has repeatedly drawn widespread commentary for its revealing nature. There's a moment that keeps replaying across social media feeds, and once you see it, you can't unsee it. A 12-year-old girl, live streaming to nearly 2 million Instagram followers, turns toward the edge of a frame where her mother is standing just out of view, and says, plainly, without hesitation, that she wants her mom on camera because she wants some money. Not for fun. Not to say hello. For money. From strangers on the internet. Kim Kardashian's reaction was instant. A sharp, audible gasp. A rapid string of no, no, no. And just like that, the stream moved on. But the internet didn't. That one unscripted moment cracked open something much larger. A window into the complicated, often contradictory reality of raising a child at the absolute center of global celebrity culture. And it set off yet another eruption from Kanye West, a man who hasn't been photographed with his children in over a year, but still has plenty to say about how they're being raised. To understand how we got here, you have to go back further than that Instagram live. You have to go back to the very beginning. North West was born on June 15, 2013, at Cedars-Sinai Medical Center in Los Angeles. Her parents were, at that moment, arguably the two most famous people on the planet, Kim Kardashian, the architect of a billion-dollar personal brand, and Kanye West, one of the most celebrated and controversial figures in music history. CBS News famously described North and Prince George of Wales, born just weeks apart, as the two most famous babies in the world. She hadn't taken a single step yet, and already the entire world was watching. For the first several years, North was managed carefully. She appeared on red carpets, showed up in family content, and existed largely as a quiet, often scowling presence beside her polished mother. But children grow up. They find their voices. And North found hers in a way that nobody, not Kim's PR team, not Kanye's legal team, not the audience of millions, was fully prepared for. The TikTok account Kim and North share has accumulated over 21 million followers and more than 140 million likes. On the surface, it looks like a mother-daughter creative project. Look closer, and it becomes something more revealing. North has used the platform to stage an elaborate fake crime scene, complete with fake wounds and blood, so convincing that a housekeeper reportedly called the homeowner believing it was a real murder scene. She's dressed up as Kim herself, lip-syncing to audio clips pulled from Keeping Up with the Kardashians, recreating the infamous Bora Bora earring moment, and the clip of Kim hitting Khloe with a purse. The impersonation wasn't gentle ribbing. It was pointed, and millions of people laughed along. In October 2025, North posted videos showing off fake face tattoos, blue contact lenses, a faux septum piercing, dramatic lashes, teeth grills, and sparkly nails ahead of Halloween. The backlash that followed landed squarely on Kim. Critics called it disturbing. Parenting commentators questioned her judgment. And when a clapback was posted in response to the criticism, it turned out North had written it herself, on her mother's phone, at 12 years old, defending herself to the global media. Kim later confirmed this on Complex's Go Talk YouTube series. North wrote the response. She said it almost with a mixture of pride and disbelief. A 12-year-old, composing her own public defense, distributed through her mother's verified account to tens of millions of people. By late 2025, Kim felt compelled to address the ongoing conversation about North directly. She appeared on Call Her Daddy and spoke at length about raising her eldest daughter under constant public scrutiny. She praised North's confidence, her creativity, her maturity. She'll be like, "Mom, I saw this, and I don't really care if someone says they don't like my blue hair," Kim recalled. She also acknowledged the impossible nature of the situation with unusual candor. "It's really hard. All the kids are wearing the same things, but then my daughter tries to wear it. And I'm like, okay, we're never wearing that again." Unfortunately, we made that mistake in front of the whole world. That admission matters. Kim Kardashian, who has spent more than 2 decades carefully constructing a public image, is openly acknowledging that some of her parenting is being improvised in real time, in front of a global audience, with no margin for error. And then there's the summer 2025 Rome trip. North appeared in a strapless black corset, a skirt, and platform boots, while traveling with Kim in Italy. The photos went everywhere. The debate about the appropriateness of the outfit for a 12-year-old ignited across every platform simultaneously. Kim's public response was consistent with her broader philosophy. North wanted to wear it. It made her happy. And creative self-expression is something she refuses to take away from her daughter. Kanye West's response was considerably less measured. Kanye's opposition to his children's social media presence is not new. It dates back to 2022, when a then 8-year-old North appeared in a TikTok singing Machine Gun Kelly's Emo Girl with her cousin Penelope DeSick. Kanye posted publicly, calling Kim out directly. "I am her father," he wrote. "I have a say-so." Kim fired back on her Instagram stories, writing that Kanye's constant public attacks were more hurtful to her than any TikTok North could make. That was 4 years ago. North was 8. The argument has never really stopped. It has only grown louder and more legally complicated. In March 2025, it crossed into genuinely alarming territory. Kanye released a track called Lonely Roads Still Go to Sunshine, which featured North's voice rapping alongside a recorded phone conversation with Sean Diddy Combs, a man who by that point was facing a cascade of serious criminal allegations. Kim was vehemently opposed to the song's release. Under the terms of their divorce settlement, both parents hold equal decision-making authority over matters involving their children. Kanye released it anyway. His response to the backlash was posted to X in 4 words. "The man makes the final decision." The contradiction is not subtle. It is, in fact, enormous. What North West is living through is not a standard celebrity childhood, if such a thing even exists. She is the child of 2 people who are each individually global phenomena, and whose separation has become one of the most litigated, most publicized, most documented divorces in modern history. She has grown up in front of cameras. She has been shaped by the logic of content, that attention is currency, that followers are power, that showing up online is simply what people do. When she asked strangers on Instagram to send her mother gifts so she could get some money, she wasn't being greedy. She was being 12. She was applying the rules of the world. She has always known to a situation in the most natural way she could. The real question, the one that no custody hearing or cease and desist letter will fully answer, is what it means to grow up as simultaneously a child and a brand. North didn't choose to be born into this. She didn't choose the cameras, the followers, the global debates about her outfits. She didn't choose to become the most visible piece in a very adult dispute. But she is, and she has the megaphone to prove it.